The Ultimate Despair, which caused a tragedy 1 year ago, those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy is my god, why can't I fucking talk? But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Here's the thing. Oh no, we need to get the fuck out of that. So, I think at some point I miskeyed something to my controller and it hit pause like 3 times in that last video when it shouldn't have. So, my apologies yet again, because not only did I fuck you guys out of seeing what happened to Makoto and what could have happened to Kyoko, I did explain those things. No, I think that actually got all paused out too. So where that video ended, because I paused. Somewhere along the way I paused. It's spacebar on my control board, or on my keyboard, but I wasn't using it. I'm using a fucking controller, so I'm irritated. I'm super irritated. Okay, so I think when I left off, you guys had saw that Makoto was about to be executed. The short of the long is that he gets to the end, he's about to be crushed by that giant fucking, just pillar of death, and Alter Ego steps in and saves us. And we fall into this giant basement of trash, which is what we're in right now, which is Kyoko. I also learned, because I had to look it up, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, because I had to explain it to you guys after the fact, and that was a total waste of time, because it didn't matter at that point. If I threw Kyoko under the bus in that last exchange that we had last video, I don't die, but Kyoko dies. And then it's the end of the killing game. We all grow up in Hope's Peak, and we have babies with Asahina, and I think Toko dies because Byakuya's carrying a funeral photo of her. It's really weird. And then he says, "It's not right. This isn't how it should end." Which means that that's not how it should end. So we know not to blame Kyoko. We need to take the fault, or accept her lie, and let it be that Alter Ego saved us, not Kyoko. And then God damn it, I'm so super upset because we learned so much at the last half hour of that. We are dropped down into the garbage pit, and we spend a day and a half down here starving to death slowly. And then Kyoko comes down to help us, and she brings us food, and there's bread and water, and we learn about Kyoko. She's the ultimate detective, which doesn't surprise anybody, because as I've been saying for a little while now, maybe an episode or two, she's incredibly good at investigating. So I think I called her the ultimate investigator or something to that effect. So the ultimate detective. And she came here to learn about her father, who happens to be the headmaster. Which we happen to know isn't... Or not that we happen to know, but that we happen to agree with her that her father, the headmaster, isn't the mastermind. But we also happen to learn that her memory was erased. And it presumably has something to do with the fact that she's the ultimate detective, which would fuck up the mastermind's plan if somebody with such a skill happened to be involved in this mutual killing game. And so we learned a little bit more about Kyoko. And we learned that there's more going on here than we're aware of. Pretty fucking sure. Oh, and I guess because I know that, but and also, god damn, what an important part not to have in the video. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do about getting links or something to that part, because it's important. It's super important. Kyoko is certain that Mukuro isn't the only member of the Ultimate Despair. Not that they said she wasn't the Ultimate Despair. but that she wasn't the only one. Which means another ultimate despair is here. Which is kind of what I was saying earlier. Not that I assumed that there was another ultimate despair, just there was a 17th person here. Mukuro was that 16th body, which we now learn was to frame Kyoko, because that person wanted Kyoko dead for fucking around and learning all these important clues. I wouldn't have guessed anything about the ultimate despair. That didn't really mean anything to anybody. It's like saying you're the ultimate light in the universe. Like, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. But, the ultimate despair apparently is important. But, it wasn't just Mukuro. So, somebody else. It's the 17th person involved in all our bullshit, so. Yeah. Oh, tell me you have your master key.
Indeed.
Of course she does. Okay.
That's right.
So we can get the fuck out of here, right?
It's true.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Nice.
Indeed.
I'm done hanging around in garbage and starving half to death. Thank you. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Danganronpa. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Panty shot. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The path was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my feet behind me, or beneath me. I had no idea we were down so far. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Right, the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Right.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. That's really lonely. Which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our sword. Oh my...
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. It was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect. I have absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties. Goddamn, Kirigiri. Sever. The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument, and as young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing that I can never forgive.
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life for forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood. Nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Okay, well, here we are. Oh god, we started here. This is where Leon and through Heroes last super cheap clairvoyance ball or whatever you call it. What is the word for that? It's a glass. What the hell is it called? Crystal ball. And shattered, and we found out that it was Leon because of his ultimate baseball ability. And we're gonna talk to her. I'm gonna let her talk, but I'm gonna drink. So 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Listen. So then...
Yeah, we're a normal human being. I don't know why you would assume we wouldn't worry.
In other words...
There's no rule against it.
However...
Agreed. Agreed. It's not giving up, it's just pointing out a fact.
Because...
You keep saying that.
So... Right.
Yeah, super uneasy is just the lightest of saying it.
Indeed.
Oh, we totally have a
Shall
choice.
we go?
We just jump down this pit. Oops. Oops.
Well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
I'm probably gonna... You're supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
You're making me...
Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel like you have to.
However,
Before you do, let me just say one thing.
Now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be the chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to an unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that, you must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your prescient execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. And that's what you told us, right?
Well?
You can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. God damn it. Well, what is this, a comedy routine to make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only one, ever, absolute truth.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you could say we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, would that make a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible, it would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. I don't... Why? Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
I don't understand.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So the final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that.
I can barely contain myself!
Qualify. That will qualify.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Well, good, then let's bear it all. That's actually good. If you could claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution. Right? Can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
hey,
I just want to confirm, that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? It's a part of the regulations. Then it means whoever killed Mukuro is a fucking student. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I've told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step at Hope's Peak Academy, or Hope's Peak since the killing game began, are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Because he's not.
Now I'm really angry!
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
I don't even care. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. Still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so...
They had no choice but to accept.
because...
It's all because of that one moment when the mastermind left their guard down. Like I said,
so...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? Yeah, exactly. So they're showing it to everybody. And what do you think they heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something. Blah, blah, blah.
However, in other words... So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
It would seem...
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. That makes sense.
In other words...
So the mastermind's ultimate goal is to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Hey,
The outside world is a name for the students of Hope Peak, right? A certain concept.
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That is their goal, as the ultimate despair.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. The group's only purpose and motivation come from despair, but is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yep, the same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
That's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Juko broke the rules, and so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. They made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And was that fact exposed on live PD to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they had to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge?
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thought and plans you were able to figure out.
Wrong. Whew.
But it still looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. Whew. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. Totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all.
However...
Ooh.
Correct.
Ooh, excuse me. Are we done here? Jesus.
Hey,
Okay, can we go?
anyway, shall we go?
Okay. Yo, Monokuma, what you doing? Oh, okay. Whatever that means. That meant nothing to anybody.
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I could not but let a sigh of relief. Oh, hey everybody.
Is that Makoto?
Yeah, it is.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Thank you.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
I'm not. Thank you for asking, though.
What?
What's that smell?
What the heck?
Toko, one, you're not supposed to be talking about bullshit, but,
Makoto.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Explain? Explain what?
It's true.
Huh?
In
Can
other
we
words,
just skip past this?
Huh?
How about that?
God damn it.
wrong.
I see.
It is the work of the mastermind. Thank you,
That's
Byakuya. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop
However,
it, but his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto?
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackhead, is a clear violation of school regulations. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the first class trial. You said, now it's the mastermind that's the snare. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later.
About that.
For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery.
But
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh, I hate you!
I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
but
It is a tall order, but maybe this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Bringing down the whole fucking party.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I see.
Huh?
So, in other words... In other words... That's right.
What?
It's not right either, though.
no way!
We can't say for her. Oh my god. Monokuma might have just said it to confuse
Indeed.
us. The mastermind being one of us also is a possibility. I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they would have had to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well, but
We would have. We absolutely would have
I'm
noticed
right,
that.
right?
No, he answered conversations with us.
This is a school. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
God.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Okay. Crazy bear. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself. Only Dagoni blood flowing. I can't talk anymore.
Goodbye.
Yeah, we're done. Okay.
Hey.
Indeed.
You know,
Just a second.
how about that?
Aw. But... 'Cause, I mean... Huh? But... Okay.
Indeed.
So we're gonna fuck yet or what?
However... So... So then... Correct. Makoto.
Ooh, investigation. Okay, we know it's the girl. We know she died before the blast. Place the check. Nice. Okay, but that'll be for another time because we're going to go ahead and call it quits, guys. Again, this is Dominic with Silver Screen Reviews, and thank you for watching this episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Lets me know you appreciate the content, you want more of it, all that jazz. Comments, criticisms, just critiques, leave down in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. Otherwise, have a good night, and I will see you in the next part.